Welcome back! Orcs Must Die 2, Episode 7. I'm Enigmius, and today, our first ever in this series, brand spanking new map that I haven't touched, I haven't finished it, I haven't done anything with it. Being that I had so much fun with the last episode and the outtakes, I've decided that what we're going to do for each of these maps is the first primary goal is to get 5 skulls for a given map. And now, rather than doing an episode where we just barely clear it and then come back and do 5 skulls and then come back and do score attack, I figure we'll just do with the 5 skulls with the outtakes, the path to 5 skulls tacked on at the end, and we'll see how it goes. And that way we don't have to do so many episodes of the same maps that people are just damn sick of them by the time we're done. So here we are heading into the Precipice. Let's see what it's all about.
We must go through the rifts.
You mean back to the old order fortresses?
Until we discover the source, we are only reacting as each new rift opens. The answer lies in the dead world of the Orcs.
Wait a minute. How do I know this isn't some evil person suddenly turned sexy partner trick?
Your growing powers are a match for mine. Are you afraid?
I know I am, but what are you? Wait, that came out wrong.
Alright, this is a map that is fun and exciting and has lots and lots of orcs coming from 4 rifts. And I would really like to kill all of those orcs this time around. These 2 rifts in front of me in the air are spawning the flyers, and the ones on either side that you can't see because they're, well, you can see them on the mini-map, they're kind of path around a little bit. They spawn all of the land orcs, so we've got minecarts kind of helping us out. I'm not really sure on why I would want to change that pathing, because as it is right now, this minecart does a pretty good number on the guys coming from that side. And we've got 2 portals, one here and one here, that we're defending. And this area here basically becomes our kill zone because it's where the 2 lanes merge. And the easiest way, I think, to control that is to put the... Actually, before we do that, let's take a look at what we've got. We've got, of course, the babby orcs, the runners, the medium orcs, the crossbow orcs, the ogres, the elementals, and the bile bats. The bile bats are the only guys to come out of the 2 floating rifts, fortunately. I wish the ogres came out of those rifts and just kind of jumped off and that's all they would do, but it doesn't quite work out that way. So what we've got by way of ammunition and armaments, I think... I don't really see anything in my repertoire that I'm missing, any must-have kinds of shenanigans. No, we can't really use anything on the ceilings, and there's only so much use you get out of floor traps. They tend to be kind of disappointing, I find. Maybe, let's, instead of the spike trap, let's do that. That could actually be a very interesting choice. I'm going to keep the wind belt just in case. But I think if I start using the spring traps, I might be able to give myself a little bit of an edge. We'll try it. We'll try it, because spike trap's not really working for me.
I'll shake
Do barricade. Barricade. Barricade, barricade, and that basically forces them to use this central section to move through if they want to get through, which they do. They really do. And they will spare no expense to do that. So, oops, that's not where I wanted that. I wanted there. So the grinders are really good at dealing with large numbers of small orcs, like the babby orcs and the runners and stuff like that. And that kind of helps out a lot and leaves me to worry about the flyers and the bigger guys with other kinds of traps. So everything is going to be coming from the right side this time around. So we're going to go after them on the right side. Now, I have been using the Dwarven missile launcher my first couple of attempts at this. The projectile speed was something that I was just not really adapting to as quickly as I might have liked. So I went to my old mainstay, which doesn't necessarily make me more accurate. But there's something really frustrating about getting to a certain point and all of a sudden you can't shoot anymore because you're out of mana. It's kind of like playing an FPS and you arrive at a point where you're basically down to your pistol because you're all out of ammunition for your favorite guns. It's just, there's something not fun about it. So I'm going with this guy, and because we're not really going for high scores, it makes a lot of sense that I just kind of help out my traps as much as possible by taking shots at guys as they come around the corner. And we're actually... No, I can't afford anything else right now. So this side is set up fairly well already. We're using these barricades here to make sure they can't skirt around the grinders, because that could be a tragedy. And the left side isn't, it doesn't benefit as much from the minecarts as the right side does. And see, the crossbow works best with headshots, which are not easy to get when your target is smaller than the crosshair. So we let them come in a little bit closer and accidentally trigger the boulder trap, the boulder chute. But we got rid of the flyers. I can't help but feel that that's sort of a bad omen, that we had so much trouble with the flyers on wave 2. We'll get it together. We got Babby Orcs incoming. Sometimes they'll use that bridge in the back. They'll risk it. They usually take sort of a beating in the process on account of the minecarts, but they will, and then all of a sudden you'll have Orcs coming through this side that you weren't expecting. So keep an eye out for that. Keep an eye on my mini-map for more flyers, because you only get the first warning. You don't get any warnings after the first in a given wave. So we're I don't think there's any crossbow orcs in this wave, but I want to kind of stay in the habit of keeping to cover a little bit, or at least near cover. See, this guy, I figured he'd be a smart-ass, run around the trap. This guy's doing the same thing. Could be problematic. Thank you, son of a bitch. And here we go. We're crossing over the bridge, taking some pretty heavy losses for doing so, but nevertheless, these guys are all guys from the left rift, trying to sneak through.
Is that all there is?
Here we go. So let's set up some damage, I think. I don't like feeling helpless against waves of little guys.
Off we go.
So we're going to do what we can to soften them up a little bit more. Slow them down, soften them up. And then one thing about this map is that by the time you get about halfway through it, you'll have so many traps down, it actually starts to get really exciting, because the traps are just going bonkers all the time. But it also gets quite chaotic and a little bit difficult to keep track of everything that's going on. We're just going to help out a little bit. Oh, crossbow orcs. And I think I just got one of them in the head as soon as he came around the corner, which, if that's the case, makes my day. That's kind of very gratifying. How are we doing? We're good. So far, so good. You can just look at the mini-map and you just see the swarms of orcs coming out. Like I say, if the minecarts are synchronized nicely, a lot of the orcs never even get anywhere near this part of the map. If the minecarts are not quite so well synced, you get swarmed under pretty quickly if you're not careful. Bugger off. Alright. What do we got? One more?
Clear proof of my superiority.
Alright, so we're going to start layering in more damage. Always more damage, and fire. When in doubt, add more fire. Words to live by.
Begin
We're
the
gonna
lesson.
just start these guys through, save a little bit of time, and we'll stick that there as well. Flyers where? Over here. One down. Oh, I got a headshot on him. That was
Delicious.
skill. So we got ogres coming around. He didn't last long. Those guys have got a big acid problem. This guy taking the crossbow bolts to the head. And then he gets the acid, and then he gets the web, and then he just gives up and falls over. I'm okay with that.
Off you go. At this rate, they'll run out of orcs.
See, this is where it can get crazy, because we've got stuff coming from both sides, and your turn to deal with this side, and this side gets completely out of control. Who is Andrew Flyers? Bugger off. You're not allowed to be here, you weren't invited. I didn't even hear them call Flyers. Now I got crossbow orcs shooting at my butt. See what I mean? Everything's kind of chill, you know, you're having a good time. Orcs are dying by the dozens, and all of a sudden, the one thing you didn't notice, and it's game over. Yeah. Alright, we got some coins to pick up here, courtesy of our pals, the ogres. And we're going full bold here with fire. Center mass.
I hope you like pain.
Screw y'all. That ought to soften them up pretty good before they get anywhere near what I'm trying to do here. Lots of ogre-y death on account of minecarts. You can see the fire is already doing its job. That's actually doing a really good job over there.
So
The
dead all in a row.
the flame vents do their job, and then the webs and the acid take over when the flame vents are resetting. And then by the time the flame vents are reset, we've got another wave right there for them, so that's kind of cool. What wave? We're on wave 5. So we're doing pretty well. Ogres on both sides. Oh, he got the acid. He got the grinder. Blasted him into little ogre bits. I'll take that. I'll take that. We're not seeing any indication of flyers.
Line up for me, please.
The medium orcs I find really tricky. It doesn't matter what map they are, because
so exhausting.
they're just that little bit extra bit of robust. They live that much longer than the babby orcs, and that tends to mean problems with all of your traps. Look okay with the babby orcs, but then you get a big wave of medium guys through, and all of a sudden they're all leaking through, and it's a mess. And there's sadness, weeping, gnashing of teeth. But in this case, we got an ogre coming through. I just heard him. Just no kill like overkill. How come I don't have a grinder here yet? I'm supposed to have a grinder there. I don't. I'll bet you I'll look through the video as I'm editing it and find that I removed it between waves or some dumb crap. Oh, we've got the ogres and the earth elementals.
More!
Ogre. Look at this guy. See that flame vent? save me from a potentially disastrous situation. We got the grinder grinding up the elementals. We got the flame vent saving my ass again. I don't see any flyers.
Line up for me, please.
Crossbow orcs and elementals. Oh, I almost dodged right into that. Oh, jerk face. Alright. More damage is required already. This side, okay, first of all, let's get this grinder up there. I don't even know how I missed that, but and then we need the fire and fire and the fire, but also fire and fire and fire and flyers and fire and fire and more fire. What do we got? We got 3 up here.
Flyers in the air.
Okay, so we've got both rifts producing flyers. How thoughtful. This was not a good time for them to figure out how to work both rifts at the same time. Not a good time for me to forget how to aim.
A harsh lesson, but fair.
There we go.
Haven't you learned to stand up the
I'm
track?
counting on my recently revised trap strategy to handle everything but these fucking flyers. I hadn't actually intended to open that boulder chute, but I did. Look at this.
Now, how many was that?
Just when you think you got it under control. The flyers. Stop it, flyers. This isn't right.
A momentary pause.
Wow, that was silly. We've got lots for fire. Fire, 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 fire. Oh, I should have turned that the other way. That would have been awesome. Fire, fire. Damn it. I can't have any more fire. I hear ogres. We're on wave 8. Wave 8. That's crazy. We've got all kinds of fire. We got all kinds of acid. We've got all kinds of missing and stupidity with flyers. But so far so good. There was an ogre over there at one point. I think it was this wave. He's dead now. I can tell because there's a coin over there. This setup is working pretty well, I have to say. Just judging by the positions of the coins, we've got a decent amount of damage being put out there before things even get near the grinders. So that's definitely a good thing. But look at that, they're coming in pairs now.
I was just starting to enjoy myself. Won't you come into
Fire, 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 oops, fire, fire. So obviously in a score attack situation, I wouldn't be nearly so liberal with the traps because coins left over at the end of a match get added to your score. But in this case, where I'm just trying to kill all these guys in a timely fashion without letting any get through the rifts or through the portals, I'm actually pretty okay with Just throwing down as many traps as I can get my grubby little hands on. Oh, where was that? There, Scott, completely turned around. Who is almost there? I don't even... Oh, you son of a bitch. I had no idea they were that close.
Watch out for the mine bug. Now, how
How
many
the
was
hell?
that?
Is that all of them, please? That was almost game over right there, and I hadn't even seen the guy. That's crazy. Now I'm absolutely paranoid. I hear Earth Elementals getting busted up into little pieces. That's good.
At this rate, they'll run out of orcs. Orcs have so many parts.
Yes, yes they do. Did we get it? We got it! Alright. Actually, that's not a bad score either. 9 new skulls. Let's look at our stats. We'll do the quick breakdown. We got biggest combo is 5, so obviously not a score attack. 17 kill streak. Had we gone through and not been hit, we would have got another 50,000 points. And that would have probably put us well above 1,000 in the standings. So, not bad. Not bad. It took a while, but we got it done. I don't even know what the next map is, but we're going to find out in the next episode, and that will be out as soon as I can get it out. So if you're enjoying the series, easiest way to be notified that I've added a new episode is to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, guys, and take care. I gotta keep a very close eye on things now because I see it's already going to hell. Look at this guy.
So many traps and so many.
This is just insane. Was that the last of the flyers? I would be happy if that was. We're just going to dismantle as many of these guys as possible. Wow, it's getting awfully crowded in here. Mana has suddenly become an issue. What? You
Enjoyed that.
What? Dicks.
Another for my collection. It
Bastards.
begins.
That was crazy. Wow, those guys kind of moved fast.
A delightful
there's one
series
more.
of death.
See, then you come over here, and those flyers that were so far away before are suddenly right in your grill, and it's the never-ending cycle. There we go. Flyers are down, but we got more coming in from the looks of things. Yes. Hoping for the homing aspect to kick in. That one worked. Crossbow orc shoots me in the ass when I'm not looking. Look at these guys. Thank you for finally hitting the goddamn flyer. Did I lose 2? I lost 2. I've got like 220 skulls just sort of sitting there that I don't currently have much use for. But we still take it. We still pretend like it's fat loots that we can't live without. Oh, ogre. We'll snipe him. We'll stand back and we'll snipe him. Oh, the headshot on the ogre, and he goes down like a sack of potatoes. Did I hear an ogre on this side? I did. Look at this guy. chance. No. Oh, you cocksucker.